I am Miles, and I'm here with Miles, and we are on Hip Hop News. And today we're going to talk about notable events in 2019, along with upcoming concerts in 2019. So let's kick off things with the month of January. So on January 8th, Cupcake was hospitalized following a suicide scare. On January 11th, ASAP announced his departure from ASAP Mob. On January 12th, Louis Vert announced he quit making music due to his issues with his label. On January 23rd, 6ix9ine admitted to being guilty of all charges related to racketeering and gang violence. On January 25th, DMX was again released from prison.
I find that amazing to believe that he was released from prison.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of surprised he was, because I felt like they were just going to keep him in, because that's what they've been doing. So, especially with a lot of the rappers nowadays, they kind of just view him as low-life scum criminals, even though some of them aren't as criminally as like the others.
All right, fair enough. But today in February, we are getting to, on February 3rd, 21 Savage was arrested by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcers for having an expired visa and was revealed to be a United Kingdom national. On February 9th, English rapper Cadet was killed in a car accident. So sad. On February 12th, Mystical, if I could say that right, I'm not sure, my bad. Mystical, my bad, was released from prison on a $3 million bond. On February 13th, 21 Savage was released from IEC custody on a bond for his expired visa. On February 28th, Black Boy JB was arrested for drug and weapon charges.
So I feel like some of the big things in February was definitely 21 Savage. There's the big thing was, did 6ix9ine snitch on 21 Savage? And so for me, I feel like, I mean, how would 6ix9ine know? Because if these guys haven't even done a collab before, I doubt he's gonna know if 21 Savage is actually from like the UK and is like was a resident and over here on an expired visa.
See, like, that's the problem. I find it really hard to believe that he was from England because nobody knew. He always screw up saying born and raised from like Baltimore, Atlanta, and like you wouldn't even tell there was an accent a part of it. So I find it really hard to believe that he was from England, but apparently that when it does come out he is from it, it's gonna be really hard for him to get a visa, since there will be the charges of like robberies and other stuff that he has done. There's gonna be very big problems.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I feel like, I don't know, I don't think it's gonna go very well, and I feel like there's gonna be a lot of issues with the whole detainment right now, because I believe that's where he is right now. Another big thing is YNW Melly. Of course, shot his friends, made the whole song Murder on My Mind, blew up. I believe it reached top 10 on the Billboard. I mean, for me personally, I feel like it's messed up to like kill your friends, make a song about it, lie about it, and then eventually after the song got big, be like, all right, I actually killed my friends, and turn yourself in. However, that's just my opinion.
I feel like in that situation that you really wouldn't want to put a song together saying that you killed your friends and all that. That's like the dumbest thing ever. It's like you've seen it in like little short skits on like YouTube on episodes that people make songs about like doing murder cases and whatever, and they get caught right away. Why would you actually do that to yourself or someone and like make a song and then you go big and like, yeah, I was just playing around? Like, that's being like a fake rapper. That's not being a true rapper to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. And I feel like another big thing was that a lot of these rappers nowadays glorify all of like the crimes and like all like the bad stuff that they do. And I feel like he was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a step further. Kill my friends, rap about it, and then be like, yo, I did it. But I feel like he just went too far, in my opinion.
In some ways like that, I think it's also with the, as you said, authorities. Think about with like the police and all that. They're always thinking about all criminals are bad, just like this. Somebody wrote a song about killing someone, produced it, and made it big. Most rappers like add that in for like little like caraways words, and like they don't really mean it. They just mean it to be big and tough, and then it comes off in the wrong idea, and then that's how more rappers get charged with hefty fines or bigger things, because people think, oh, they have all this money from rapping, but really, they really, like, some of them are just the same amount of wealth as we are right now.
Yeah, they like to fake the wealth. I feel like another big thing was definitely how Black Boy JB was arrested, because I feel like Black Boy JB really just blew up recently. He's a big time rapper, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, thrown away in jail, just like a lot of the other ones. But I mean, he got arrested for drug and weapon charges, which it's gonna make you go to jail. And I feel like that's the issue with a lot of these rappers, is they just feel like since they're a big time rapper, they just have immunity to everything.
I agree on that. I do agree on that. Would you like to start back off with what's going on in March?
Yeah, so not much happened like the earlier part of March. However, March 26th, the Billboard controversially removed Lil Nas X's breakout single Old Town Road from the Hot Country Songs chart for quote unquote not embracing enough elements of today's country music. On March 28th, Lil Uzi Vert came out of retirement and decided to release Free Uzi on pretty much all streaming platforms, other than like Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify. It was on YouTube and SoundCloud basically. On March 31st, Nipsey Hussle was fatally shot in front of his store and killed in Los Angeles, California. He was just the young age of 33 years old with a fiance.
And honestly, with right now, with everything going on, I think the biggest thing that's happened was probably the Nipsey Hussle death. That brought out a huge, huge like people like all together in Florida. There was actually noted that the two different gangs, big gangs, Blood and Crips, they were actually brought together, and there was no like legit violence that was actually brought up between the two that was announced. So I feel like that's a big thing that over this one rapper's death has brought two huge sides of the world in a different way together.
A big step in the right direction. I feel like another big thing was the whole, like, he died from getting shot. XXXTentacion died from getting shot. And one of the interesting things that I found was that actually Nipsey Hussle had more sales after his death and being shot than he did like prior to releasing it and being alive, which honestly in my opinion kind of shows this whole, I almost feel like it's a new wave almost, because like when X died, you saw everywhere all over social media, Rip X, and then you'd be like, what's your favorite song? And they're gonna say like Moonlight or one of his newer songs, Hope, something like that. And I feel like there's almost like this new wave or trend almost where rappers die and all these other almost fake fans just hop on board or like, oh, rest in peace this guy. However, I feel like the whole ceremony in Florida was very, the people who actually care about him, not like the fake people.
But there is a huge amount of people that do come up and they will say, when this person dies, oh, I love their music, I love their music. Maybe they've only heard like 2 or 3 songs before. There has been over the more recent years, more fake, we would use the word fake, like fans. They would be like, oh, this person is the greatest. I always listen to them, they mean so much, when really they didn't even listen to them. They just feel like sad. They have the feeling that they died and they need to make it like a huge deal. Like I myself really wasn't a big Nipsey Hussle fan. I'm upset he died. Yes, he was doing a really good cause for like a lot of things. There was a lot of good things he was doing, but like I'm not out there saying like saying all this extra stuff because I don't know him like that. I haven't listened to his music. I haven't really like that. I just knew him as a person. Other when like X came out, that's when he died. That was something hard for me. I didn't really think that was true with like the faking his death before, where he released a picture/video on his Instagram of him like in a chain on a tree. People thought he hung himself, but really it was just for a music video. But when he really died and it came out true by like a bunch of news, it was like the biggest thing for like maybe 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It was like the biggest talk. That you could see a lot of more fake people like come up and through that because they're like, oh, I love X, and it's like, really, do you? Like, did you really listen to him before he died when he was live? It was also like with Lil Peep. Nobody really listened to him. He was a SoundCloud rapper, and then he dies, and then everybody's just kind of jumps on like a bandwagon and goes forward with it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel. I feel like a lot of them, second they die is when they start listening to their music. Prior to that, they listen to whatever they want. I feel like that's almost, it's not really an issue, but it's more of like a controversy, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. But also big news is with Lil Uzi coming back out and coming back out from retirement. I feel like he almost had the feeling of, I'm gonna go out, I hate doing this. He wanted to be a normal person. He didn't like the fame that he was getting, all like the work that was happening. And I feel like after that little like maybe month or 2 break, he was just kind of like, this isn't my thing. I like making music, but I don't want to cost money. He's gonna go for free, so that's where he's releasing it on like free music listening places. Like you get it on YouTube, You can go on SoundCloud. I'm not sure about any other places, but that's the main places I look for music. But
Yeah.
I find it great that he's coming back out. I really do enjoy his music.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like another big thing was how yesterday he just released Sanguine Paradise and Racks today, which means he's now released 3 songs under his like own label himself. And I feel like that's big because everybody knows he constantly was complaining about how strict his label was, and his label like barely wanted him to post anything like ever. And I feel like it's big that he's now on his own, because now he can produce music at his own rate that he wants to.
All right, and to finish this up, I'm gonna list off a couple of concerts that will be coming up in the near Philadelphia area. On May 7th, we have Little Pump and Little Skies. If you guys are big fans of those, you can go up and find their tickets on Ticketmaster, as well as the other ones, as well as May 15th, Juice WRLD and Ski Mask. You'll also see me there. I'll be at that concert. I'll be excited to see Juice and Ski. And then one of the big concerts towards the end of the summer is Made in America. It's going to be August 31st to September 1st, 3-day festival. Hope to see you there. Although the lineup does not seem that great this year, starting off with the headliners is Travis Scott and Cardi B. Not as great as compared to last year with Post Malone, Meek Mill, and Nicki Minaj, but we hope for a good show out. Thank you for listening to Hip Hop News with Miles and Miles. I hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy your time.
A good 2019.